Hello, hello. Welcome to the last day of January. Hopefully you guys are all involved in calling your members who have missed their essential rewards orders, and you have been really on board with getting hold of those people who might miss a commission check because they missed an order or something like that. So many to-do things on the last day of the month. But I wanted to come in here and encourage you as you're looking forward into the next few months. February, March, April can be incredible months for growth. They can be incredible months for activity. Everybody's getting their tax returns back. They're busy. They're still kind of a little bit focused on those New Year's goals, but they're starting to slide a little. So they're having a little bit of a struggle with that, and they're looking for how to get it back. So a lot can happen in the next 3 months, but there's something really important that you should hear about working from home. And Eric Worre kind of talked about this in one of his webinar videos that I watched the other day, and we had a post for that on here. So if you haven't gone to watch that webinar, I really encourage you to do it. I love Eric Worre. He's just an amazing mentor to follow. So here is the thing though. When you work from home, people tend to treat your business more like a hobby. And we tend to treat our own businesses more like a hobby, meaning we have the laundry to do, we have dinner to do, we have cooking to do, we have cleaning to do, we have errands to run, we have beds to make, we have stories to read to the little kids, we have just a laundry list of things that we need to do that day. And our business work gets shoehorned in around that laundry list of things to do. And then somebody calls you and they say, hey, can you help me to move a couch from my storage unit to my house? I know you have a truck, or I know you have space in the back of your van, and I really need some help moving that. Can you do that like right now? Because I know you're, that you stay home, and so how's your schedule look? So here's the thing about that. What we put our focus on is what is going to see the most activity and the most results in the course of a few months or a year. And my husband works for our church, and he has been derailed many times because he works mostly volunteer for our church, which means that people don't always take that time as seriously as maybe they should. And he tends to feel bad if he doesn't say, oh yeah, sure, I'll drop everything and come help you, change your tire or whatever. And I know when I was first building, I worked constantly. I was always, and I shoehorned in every 5-minute thing possible. And I was up until midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning on my phone, answering questions and putting together classes. The thing is, that can be useful. I know that you guys have heard from some diamond level leaders who built really, really fast by doing 12-hour days on Instagram and on Facebook, and who pushed so constantly that everybody else did too. And you can do it that way. But the thing is, when you push that way, you are at much higher risk of burnout. And hello to everybody here. You're at much higher risk of burnout. You're at much higher risk of burning out your people that are working with you. You are at higher risk of losing your leaders because they can't go that long for that hard. So the more that we model focused working hours, the more that we're going to find other people are okay with following us and working alongside us. Because if my son goes to Chick-fil-A and says, hey, look, I can't be on time at work today. I know I'm scheduled, but I can't be there on time because, I got to help move some stuff out of the garage for my parents. That's not going to go over well. His work hours are his work hours. So when he tells us this is my schedule this week, then we know he's not going to be here. We know that we can't count on him for whatever our needs are here at home. And that's it, period. It was that way when my husband was in the Air Force, when I was in the Navy many years ago. And now with my Young Living business, I put my phone on silent at 10 o'clock. And you got to be somebody really special for me to answer your questions after 10. Or I'm just really bored and I have nothing else to do, and I'll jump on there because I'm having some fun with it. But for the most part, that's my time to just read my book, have my glass of wine, maybe, you know, talk to some of my older kids after the younger kids are already in bed. That's time that I set aside for family. It's time that I set aside for my needs to recharge me. Because if you don't set that time aside, you're going to find that it quickly gets eaten up and you'll waste a whole day on all these other little bitty errandy kind of things and not do a lot for your business. And you'll get to the end of the day and you'll say, what on earth did I do today? Because I don't feel like I did much of anything. Especially as Young Living becomes, as you move, if you haven't already made this transition, but as you move from working for somebody in a business capacity, like where they're setting your schedule, to setting your own schedule, especially as you make that move, you need to be solid about, these are my work hours. These are hours I'm available to talk. These are hours I'm available for my friends and my family. And just one last example on a really good way that I saw this just yesterday set up. And yes, planners are so helpful for this. Block your time. It's called time blocking, and it's really, really a great way to do things. Last night, though, all day yesterday, you didn't see me on here much yesterday because I was working on taxes. And so the person who helps me with my taxes, my mother, she has been for years. We've been doing them together. And she's across the country. So she needed some information that I wasn't able to get right away. So I messaged her like an hour later, and I said, I've got the information that you need. And she sent me back a text message. She said, I am at our weekly coffee chat time for our local Young Living group. And so I'm not available for the rest of tonight, but here's what I need from you to finish this up. And here's some of the things that we're really working on. And that's my own mother, guys. So if my mother blocks out her business time out there in Washington State so that me as her daughter, I'm out, I'm like, nope, then you guys should set those boundaries too. Set those times when your phone is on silent that are just for you. Set those times when your phone is open and you're ready for calls. Schedule appointment times to mentor your builders. Schedule those times in. Schedule some open times when, you know, you're just there to be called and contacted. So I wanted to encourage you in that, especially as you're looking at your February, March, April setups, because you should be really busy in the next few months doing classes, reaching out to people, talking to new people, prospecting, whatever you can do, because this is a huge time of growth. I have seen lots and lots of rank ups in the last 5 years in this period of time. And then you use the summertime as a time for follow-up education, continuing support of those new members. And then back into the fall, it will kind of go back up again and get really exciting again. So just some thoughts. You guys share yours below, share your experience below, share your tools that you use. I've seen time blocking. I saw Noreen mention her planner helping her. So if you have a specific tool, I also saw Noreen mention wine. Woohoo! So as you have tools that you know about, share those with others. You guys are doing an amazing job keeping this group as a fantastic way to give cross-line support to everybody. And I'm so proud of that. And I'm so proud of you guys being part of this with me. So thanks so much. And I'm going to talk to you later. I have calls to make. Bye.